everyone, this is Janice, and today I'm sharing with you just a little bit of what I went through at the time 5 years ago when I gave birth to my twin daughters. I'm sharing this in terms of video clippings and pictures. I pray that you'll find it interesting.
So I am in the hospital now, just waiting, prepped and everything. So here, it's the night before the day. Just pray God's sustaining power. Just want to say that I love my husband, my son, my family. Thank you all for your support for this entire journey. And can't wait to meet the girls. So that was the night I checked into the hospital. That was the 24th. They should have been delivered, I think 8:30 the next morning. However, when they didn't give me any breakfast, they were running late, no breakfast. They said that they told me that I should not have eaten anything. I didn't remember. I called my dad, asked him if he could take something for me because I was really, really hungry. I think he took some chips and so on, so I had about two or three pieces of the chips, but it was affecting my acid reflux. So when the doctor came to do the rounds and asked, "Did you eat anything? Did you drink water?" I said, "No, I didn't eat anything." And then the Lord brought back to my memory that, you had that chips. It was only two or three pieces, but it was still chips. So I said to the doctor, I had a few little pieces of chips, but that shouldn't be a bother. He was very upset. So he said, "No, even if you drank any water, we cannot do the surgery until 8 hours later." And I'm like, oh my goodness. So that would have taken me, that they should have done it 8 o'clock. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock or so before I would have gotten my surgery. And I was like, no way. Because I was so hungry. Anyway, they said, "Can't do your surgery." "No, you're going to have to wait the 8 hours." So I waited, and then after 4, they came back to say they're not going to be able to do the surgery until a little later, like about after 8. I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't eaten anything. I was so hungry. My husband came about after 7 because that's when they had visiting hours. And I said to him, I cannot do this. The babies are hungry inside of me. They were just up and down. Well, I call it running up and down, but they were kicking me left, right, and center. I had to be using my saliva as food to keep swallowing and just try to hold on. But I said to the doctor, I can't do it. You have to give me something to eat. I can't make it. I'm not going to make it. I was just so drained and hungry because I had eaten nothing all morning from the moment I woke up until after 8 p.m. Um, and I said to my husband, encourage her to hold on. There's just 1 hour left. If she eats anything, she has to go for another 8 hours. So, you just have to make up your mind. You have 1 hour to go. Just hold on. I think at about 8, they took me out of the ward and started to prep me for surgery and so on. And funny enough, at that point, I didn't feel hungry anymore. I was just so excited to get the process over with. And they took me in. Um, it was a scary experience for the C-section because I was on a very narrow bed. They had my arms outstretched, and then the weight was on my stomach because the two babies were pressing and I could hardly breathe. If you listen to my voice in the previous clip, you'd have seen that I was having breathing problems. But at the point when they were supposed to do the surgery, the anesthesiologist was about to do her thing. Um, they couldn't find the doctor. Said the doctor is not there yet. He's on his way. So, but they could go ahead and put me under, and he wouldn't be far away. I was there thinking, but what if he takes longer than how long this thing is gonna take to wear out, and. But just as I was beginning to entertain a thought, that was the last thing I remember. I was out cold, and next thing I remember hearing somebody calling me as though they're calling me from a distance, very far. And I'm trying to answer, and the sound is barely coming out. That's what it sounds like to me. And they're calling me several times, and then I finally just got angry and just shouted, "Yes!" And they said, "Great, you're awake, and the babies are good, and they've been moved to the nursery, and you're going to be relocated to the ward," and so on. And so I was still a bit drowsy. Wasn't feeling any pain at that time. Just remember everything just seemed very foggy. I just felt very sleepy and so on. And but what was alarming to me is that when it was time for me to be relocated, and the gentleman came, the porters came to transfer me from that surgical bed, I suppose, onto the transportation that they were going to use to take me to the ward. They said I have to put myself on the bed. I was like, what? So I had to use my elbows. They were showing me you have to use your elbows, put them here, swing yourself across. Now by then I was in so much pain. So much pain. Can't explain it. Just unbelievable pain. And I remember thinking, I can't believe this couldn't be real. I thought they would have lifted me and put me on the bed, but they didn't. I don't know what the protocol was or whatever, but I just thought that was so inconsiderate. But anyway, I made it to the room, and not the room, the ward. And a lot of things took place there, but, and I'll probably get into the details of those at another point, but it was, um, God saved me there. I don't think that the actions of the staff was pleasant. Um, it was really rough. It led to a lot of mental contemplations on my part. But in the long run, I brought my babies home and started the process from there, and had to endure a lot in those early days of healing and still trying to breastfeed and all of that at the same time. And breastfeeding is really horrible when you're doing one breast per child, and all of that suction is pulling in your abdomen, and you just had a surgery. And for anybody who has had a child before, you know that breastfeeding helps to get your abdomen and so on back in place. But that contraction and so on, that it tugs at the already tender and aching muscles from the surgery. So that was indeed a painful period, but I give God thanks. It's how I summarize it at the end of the day. And I encourage you to stick around for another video when I will do share more about what the process is like when I took them home. Alright, thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you will be informed as soon as I upload another video. Take care.